Page 4, On Yonder Rock Reclining. It's a nice little piece by Auber, long time ago. They have a spiel at the top. You can read all about it. It's just wonderful. I want to talk about the piece. This is in the key of G major. It's got one sharp, F sharp. All F's are sharped. 6/8 time, 6 beats in a measure. We're counting eighth notes. Has a 1-beat pickup. So we're coming in on beat 6. So it's like 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1. The left hand there will help you out because it's just playing straight eighth notes. And on this, I'm just kind of transferring my weight note to note. I'm not trying to just use fingers for this. And you can see how the notes line up between the staves to see which note in the right hand plays with which note in the left. That's a way of kind of keeping them together. So the left hand can keep you steady and keep the right hand where it goes, I hope. So it's here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Last note in the first line. You see the little dotted line going from the top staff down, and on that last note, that D, it has a stem going down to connect it to the 3/8 notes. There's also a stem going up. What? Well, this is a way in notation to indicate that there are two voices playing this note at the same time. And the stem going up represents the top note, the top voice, I should say, and that happens to be the melody from the top line. So keep that in mind. I'll come back to it in a minute. Just understand why that dotted line is there and there's a stem going up. There are two voices on that one note. Don't go away, I'll come back to that. Now look at the fingering here in the right hand. Again, we're practicing getting the thumb under a black key. So at the beginning it's 3, 2, 1. You got to stick the thumb under it. This is a very common fingering in piano, so you want to get to where you can do it without even looking at it. But this fingering you're going to find in various places, I think. Now watch out for the rest in the right hand. Look at the first measure, the second line. It's here, rest. Play the rest, or that is, be quiet. Don't hold that down in like a quarter note. When the left hand plays that C, it should be by itself. You get the same thing in the next line, third measure. And the last measure of that line, make sure you're playing the rests on this. This is important. If they'd have wanted a quarter note, they'd have put it in there. So, second line you're going on, you have first and second endings, and you know how that works, I hope. Third line, look at this. Right hand C sharp G, left hand E flat, B flat. Isn't this fun? Sforzando, S F Z. Hit it, that thing. Not harsh, but hit it. And it has a arrow to get softer. You don't have a lot of control over that, but just make sure the notes in the next measure are softer than that. Shouldn't be hard to do. They say thumb on that in the right hand on that, but I prefer third finger. You're there, and why not? Because then on the next one, rather than second finger, I can use thumb. And then I can use second finger if I want to. It's just easier for me fingering wise. Third line, first 3 measures, it's 2, 5, and then a 3, and then a 1, and then a 2. And the last line, 2, 5, now a 1, because I need to go up to the A. In the left hand, you're here. They're saying 2, 5, 1, 5. I think it's better if you use a 4, 2 if you can reach it, because then I can go to a 5, 1. But if you can't do that, then you have to do the 5, 2, and then 5, 1, and then come down. Last line, the left hand, it's here, 5, 2, and 5, 1 again, and then come up. Now the last 2 measures, both hands is here. Loud, very loud actually, it's fortissimo. And then here. For 5 counts on that last one, because they're tied down, okay. We need to be thinking about bringing out the melody, is what I call it. I don't know if I've discussed this in the John Thompson books or not. I probably have, because I talk about it all the time. And that is that the melody is what it's all about. We're here to hear it. We want to hear the melody. Everything else supports the melody. So if I play this just the way people would normally play it, it comes out this way. And it's garbage, as far as I'm concerned. The melody is what we want to hear. Keep the left hand soft. That dynamic given, the medium loud, that's for melody. Everything else has to be under. It's up to you how much under it is. Just, you have to decide. It's an experiment. And that leads us to the last note in the first line. We are back. That's melody. That needs to be played the same loudness as what I was just playing the melody for the one note in the left hand. And then the left hand plays soft. So the kicker is, can you play two notes soft and one note a little louder and then the next note soft again? So it's the last measure going on to the first measure, the second line. So it sounds like melody throughout the whole thing. It needs to sound like the right hand played. That's what we want it to sound like, but you're playing it with the left hand. So bring out that one note, because it's important. Same thing in the second line on the third measure over. That D in the left hand is melody. That's melody. That's what we want to hear. Now, in the third line down, on the chords, just play them all about the same. But then in the third measure, the right hand has melody again. Last line again, and the chords, play them both about the same. And then the melody. And the left hand gets it for one note. Minor little thing. Now let's look at minor little things, because it'll make us better musicians in the long run. In the second line in the third measure, when the left hand gets the melody, or the last line third measure, it's the same thing. That D is an eighth note, and there's an eighth rest right after it. We need to hear the rest. So it's not solid melody. No, it's a rest. I don't know if he intended it that way, or if it's, if maybe it's an error in the music where the stem going up should have been a quarter note. But the point is, the stem going up has a little flag, and that makes it an eighth note. That means that it's only a one beat long. So you have to have a rest. So here, before you play the next note, there should be a one beat rest. Now this is allegretto. Allegretto to me is kind of a fun speed. It's a range of, that's how do you feel? This is a good mood. It's a fun thing. Now you'd think, well, you're counting eighth notes, and if I play it that fast, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, and that's more like a vivace speed. I mean, that's fast. But keep in mind that we're in 6/8 time, and we're really feeling this in 2. So it's that 2 I'm after. Ba, bum, ba, bum, ba, sa. You'll have to determine how fast you really want it to go, but that's some ideas on how fast it might go. Now I'd like to play this slowly with you. I'm going to give us 5 counts. Let's play this, and we are going to do both endings on the second line. So the right hand is here, left hand's here. Okay. 1, 2, 3, ready, go. 1, 2. rest, 2, 3, rest, repeat. Rest, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Two, three. 5, 6. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Rest. 2, 3, rest, 5, 6. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.